Hey, hey. Howdy, party peeps. How is everybody today? Doing good. This is the, I guess you can say long awaited. You guys, waited all of 14 minutes now. Not all of you. I didn't post the link that soon. But, yeah, it's funny. The beginning of these streams always are like a couple minutes long because I have to start the stream and then go to the YouTube page and then make all these adjustments and then go post it on Patreon. And you guys join up and then I log on. Sorry for making you wait, though. Yeah, anyways. Y'all good? Everyone having a good time today? Sound walking on the moon. I got the police in my head walking on the moon. Going through a big 80s phase. You guys are gonna get a new playlist soon, by the way. For those of you who are like checking up with me on Spotify and seeing all the playlists I post, new one's coming. Got a bunch of really cool music on it, so I'm just adding to it now. And then I gotta like reorder the songs in a way that if you played it start to finish, each song, like the one before it and the one after it, they sort of make sense together, and you go on sort of a ride as the listener. It's kind of like taking all these pieces of a really cool roller coaster, but they're all at different heights, right? And you want the person on the tracks to not fall from one track to another because they're mismatched. So you want to find ones at a similar height and sort of connect them together. So you're shifting all of these segments of railroad around. Railroad's not the the tracks, basically. All these different segments that are at different heights musically. And that's not in terms of quality, just an analogy to express how they're different. So you're trying to find stuff that's sort of ramping up and down and sort of at the same height, so the listener who's going on this ride of the playlist is having a smooth journey and is not being lifted up all the way here and then falling here, and they're not moving all over the place. It's smooth. So even if it goes up and down, even if it's not like just one direction, yeah, you want to make it smooth. So that's my thinking in terms of creating playlists once I've actually added the songs. But anyways, that's why the police is stuck in my head. That's why walking on the moon is stuck in my head today. It's like a police documentary on YouTube that I was just passively watching over lunch. So that's probably also why it's in. There was also a video that broke down some of the basics of Stuart Copeland's drumming, which was interesting to me because I know that he was highly respected, and I know that a lot of his drum parts are very intricate and certainly interesting. But I didn't really understand the different pieces to them. And I'm not saying that I do now, but I have a greater knowledge than before. So, anyways, that's what I'm up to this afternoon, musically at least. What are you guys up to? You hanging out? How many of you have had lunch yet? Because I know you're coming at this from all over the world, so I don't know. How many of you are in the same time zone, or what's up with that? And, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you made a comment on, there we are. Ta-da! I can pin comments again this week. It's a miracle. It's right here. Just finishing off, this was from lunch, so I'm finishing off this water. And done. Now we're on to this guy. Scrolling down. Someone said, I'm the daughter here. Well, they didn't say the word the, but I understood the basics of your intent. And very clever. Nice. Do I give off dad energy at times? I know I've been known to make the occasional dad joke. And I say occasional sarcastically. But I'm curious how much is dad energy and how much is just silliness. And also, how do you characterize dad energy? Or is it like a mood, like a vibe? It's something that you just feel that can't necessarily be articulated. Articulated is not the right word. You can articulate dad energy, but you can't necessarily explain it or define it specifically. Whatever. It's only worth overthinking things to a certain point, and then it's just all nonsense. I hope my leg don't break walking on the moon. Be right back. We could walk forever, walking on the moon. We could be together, walking on the moon. So they say. Anyways, I'm wishing my days away. No way. I may as well play. Dum ba dum cut cut. Bum ba dum ba 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 bum 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 bum. Bum ba dum rum. Bum ba dum ga ba dum dum ba dum bum. Da dum ba. This is what my head's like, by the way. Constantly spinning around with different melodic ideas. Some of which are creations, some of which are pieces of songs that I'm a fan of. Sometimes I'm aware of it, other times they've been going around in my head for hours, unbeknownst to myself, and I realize, wait a minute, I've been singing this thing inside my head, or even verbally, for the past hour or so, and I had no idea, because I was just focusing on other stuff. So anyways, that's my head. What do I want to play today? Dum ba da dum ba dum dum ba ba dum da 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 da. Raven said a while back, I have no idea what you're talking about. You'll figure it out. Oh, if I ever get around to living, I'm gonna put my sins away in the drawers and in the closets, and there I'll stay. If I ever get around, I'll take the end of every day, tie it up to every morning, and just sail away. Away, away. if I ever get around to it, it's gonna be just like I dreamed. I'm gonna take the love I'm given and just set it free. Free, free, free. Dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, da. Da-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, da. Dum, ba-dum, ba-da, dum, dum, da, da-dum. Maybe it's all a dream. I'm having it 17. I don't have tattoos. And very soon, mother will be calling me, saying, come upstairs, you got some work to do. That's what's up with music today. All that spinning around my head. A few times can you throw a guitar and truly know it will be fine. On a bed is one of those times. Let's see what's up in the land of comments. You know what's funny? It's now been long enough that I see comments of people defending the fact that I don't know Snowman, and to ask you guys to stop asking me to play Snowman. Or at least that's what I think I just read. I don't know. It flew by. Could have been anything. But that's funny. A little continuity between these live streams. Ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da-dum. Ba-da. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba. Dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum. I don't know, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Ba-dum, 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 da-da-dum, da-dum, ba-da-dum, da-dum, ba-da. You know, as strange as all that sounds, that's how a lot of the times you end up writing melodies, just making random sounds. Sometimes you can even find lyrics out of that, because you'll make just a random sound with your voice, and it'll be like a strange combination of vowels and consonants and all that stuff, and it's sort of like association. Like, what do you think you just saying? Oh, I think I saying the word take. Okay, so then you get into the headspace of, like, maybe it's about, like, taking something. So a lot of times that's how you can end up writing stuff. And what you'll find out later is that all that subconscious information, those pieces that you thought you just stumbled upon, actually end up being, like, these subconscious truths of, like, how you were feeling at the time. And that's generally when you get a song anyways, is when you actually have a true need for self-expression. Whether or not you're aware of it, you sort of afterwards feel like, wow, I got that out of me. So anyways, that's about the end of that tangent. That's as far as it goes. I'm sure I could find a way to take it farther, but I don't know. It's no longer of interest. It's perhaps a better way of describing that. Scrolling down, trying to catch up with you guys and all that you say. Wow, I missed a significant amount. Okay, back up to speed. What was the scene that most bothered you to record in the Umbrella Academy? Someone commented that. I can try and find it, but I think it's way up there by now. I don't know. Sometimes it's something like incredibly simple. It's generally not what you would expect. Sometimes you're just not quite sure how to articulate a line. You're not quite sure how to spin it, if you will. And that can be a real pain to just figure out, okay, how does this make sense with the rest of the scene and everything that's going on? So I don't know, I don't have like a specific example for you, but you know, as an actor, you definitely have those days where you're just like, I don't know what to do with this. And sometimes you figure it out by the end of the day. Like, it takes you doing the scene, and like maybe the last couple passes, you're like, I figured it out, and then they're done recording. And so as an actor, that's where my challenge lies. And, you know, just getting to a place with the material that I'm, getting to a place where I'm happy with the material before actually shooting, while also not doing it so much that it sort of wears out like used gum, if you will, where you sort of over practice and it loses its crispness, its freshness. Used gum is not a pretty analogy, but it's the only one that I have at the moment. If you guys can recommend another, I would love to, because I end up using that analogy a lot. Just sort of the way I visualize something wearing out. And I don't even like that. It's an imperfect analogy, for sure, but I don't have another. I really wish I did. I'm sort of referring to the way that, like, if bubblegum stretches out, it's sort of, the more it stretches out, the less tension there is to it. It gets thinner and thinner. I don't know. It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense in the end. Sometimes you can get really existential and just go like, you know, none of it matters. It all is entirely insignificant. So, what are you gonna do? Which is not a bad way to look at life. It is if you then go to like a morbid place with it, but the correct takeaway, I believe, is to go, if nothing matters, live everything to the fullest, you know? Really try and experience things. Anyone can see nothing really matters. Nothing really matters. Oh, nothing really matters to me. It's not the right melody, but I got If I Ever Get Around to Living stuck in my head, so I'm in that key. So that's just what I'm going with. Deal with it. That's what I say. Deal with it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Attack me through the screen? No. No. I bet I can annoy you, though. Isn't this annoying? You do not enjoy that, do you? Or perhaps you do. I don't know. Anyways. Ask me some questions. Come on. I'm dying for some good talking points. Can't you see the stamina, the energy coursing through my fingertips? I don't know. Someone said, what was the hardest scene for you to do so far? I know it's similar to the question earlier, if not the exact same thing, but for whatever reason, I'm now thinking of the Season 1 scene where I have to play Drunk 5, I don't know what it's like to do. I have no experience in that arena, if you will, despite what you may think for a person of my age. So, when I approached that scene, I had no real point of reference. I sort of had to watch videos of other people who were drunk and sort of take my best shot at it. So, I had a couple things, but it's not like something that you can throw on when they yell action. So, for that day, because it was pretty much the only scene that I had to shoot that day, I went method. And I'm already go like a little method when I'm on set. Occasionally, it's just easier if you have like a base level of the character. Not fully, like I respond to Aiden still, but I'm not necessarily as silly as I might allow myself to be if I'm having a day where I just decide to be a bit more in the character. But for that day, I went like nearly full method, which later like turned out to be not the best idea in that I ended up being a drunk version of Aiden, meaning like I sort of embody it. I wasn't conscious as an actor to maintain that the direction I was going was drunk number 5. And I ended up just being like, okay, what would I be like if I were drunk? And so you get like a silly version of 5 who's drunk, instead of like, I don't know what the version of him would be who that's drunk, but I don't think it would be that. I think the scene still works, and yeah, I don't have regrets in it because it ended up turning out well, but I don't think that my approach would be the same this time around. I think it'd be a bit more conscious to think about, okay, yes, you're thinking about what it'd be like to be drunk, but you also have to be in the character, so it has to be channeled through that. Excuse me. And now I breathe. After that long tangent, I take my breath of air. That's what I do. Bum ba da dum ba da ba da da ba da bum ba dum ba dum do ga da ba da ba dum do da dum ga da dum go. Maybe it's all a dream. I'm having at 17, and I don't have tattoos. Very soon, a mother will be calling me, saying, "Come upstairs, you got some work to do." And I'll say, "Mama, I was singing on the live. I was singing on the live." There were hundreds, if not thousands, who were kind enough to keep me company. So let me just get in the groove with you. And just maybe you could vibe out too. Maybe you could vibe out too. Oh shit, Maddie's on here. Hey Maddie, I just saw the DM. Let me see if I can text you a link. Friend of mine, Maddie's coming on. Still wanna join? Question mark. Ah, shit. I forgot the question mark. Ba-dum-bum-dum-ba. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum. Ba-dum, bum, ba-bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-dum, ba. Now I'll have to put these on. This whole time I've been, this is generally how I hear myself. Back in LA, I had in-ears and an extension cord so I could actually plug in and have a subtle way of hearing what you guys are hearing. But I don't have the extension cord, so it'd be like a weird cord just hanging across the screen. So I figure it's best to stick with this. But these are quite clunky. And you sort of become locked in with the desk when you throw these on. So I figured, forget it, you know. I'll just be regular this time around. But anyways, now I'm gonna have a guest. So this is the best way of doing that. Also, let me know if you are having trouble hearing me or whatnot, because as I said, oh, guess who's here?
Wait,
hey,
am I
hey. Hold on. They can't see you yet. They can't. Wait, Maddie. All right, now they can see you. Yeah, you're sideways. All right, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know what device you're using, but is that now sideways?
What?
Forget it. It's completely fine. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How is...
I'm good. Oh, man, I forgot how this worked since it's been so long since I've had a guest on the stream, but are you hearing an echo? And for those in the comment section, if you're hearing an echo, please comment. But Maddie, are you yourself hearing an echo?
No, sir.
Alrighty. Happy days. Yeah, there's a weird thing because I'm using an audio interface to get good audio through my mic.
Yeah.
So occasionally I'll mess up and forget to check, and there'll be a weird echo where my audio will be fine, but the guest will have it'll sound like tape delay to sound like a level matched tape delay. So it'd be a version of yourself delayed by a second at the same volume, so not even subtle. So, yeah.
Got it.
It sucks. I did an interview with someone who I'm a fan of, and that video may still come out, so I'm hesitant to give the name away. But it had the delay on the entire thing, so.
Are you gonna redo it, or does it even matter?
Oh, I don't know. He's incredibly busy right now, and I got a couple more of the interviews that I'm doing them with Diplo right now, so I'm nearly done with those. I say nearly done. I'm on part 3. These things generally last part 7. Then I have another one after that. Then after that, I don't have any scheduled up, so I'll probably contact him and ask if he wants to reshoot it or if he's available, but he just put out a new album, I think, so he's going. Yeah. You look cozy. Has the day been nice so far?
It's been good. Getting ready to practice with the band. With you.
Cool.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have a sudden burst of energy, which is odd for me at this hour. The last couple lives have been pretty mellow, but
time is it there?
What time? Let's see. It's 4:41.
Okay.
It's exactly 4:42 now.
Okay, so you're 3 hours.
Yeah. Which was helpful this morning. This was the closest I've ever come to having the deadline of a video and not having a video. So I was literally finishing the edit maybe an hour or so before I premiered it today.
That's so that you still do all your stuff and not have people doing it for you, you know.
Well, I just haven't looked into it, but I'm also, when it comes to creative things, I can sometimes be a control freak. So yeah. I would have to yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I totally. It's like
That's, yeah.
it's not us. You have your own vision, and it's hard for people to understand your vision.
Yeah, well, when you care about something so much and you've already defined what it is you think it should be like, it becomes very hard to then leave yourself open for collaboration because you've already defined exactly where all the elements are. Does being in a band help with that, sort of exercise that muscle of collaboration?
Yeah, 100%. I am like very about things, but you know, I trust everyone in my band's vision. Like, it's hard to find people that you're like that you trust and you know, like you like what they like.
Yeah.
Found like a group of people that like I trust their image. So, and they trust mine. My brother's in the band now, and like we have like the same brain.
That's perfect. Yeah, like, it sort of reminds me, that example sort of reminds me of like Phineas and Billy. Those two are so incredibly lucky because they're both incredible artists and they're both really, really good at what they do. But also creatively, even though they say like they have arguments and everything, they're pretty much on the same wavelength. So any competition for like this idea or that idea only seems to improve the song instead of pull it in different directions for like, I want it to be this genre or that kind of thing.
Yeah, I love, and like I think Phineas's songs are just like beyond genius.
Yeah.
That I have this one down. It's something. What's his like most popular song?
Let's Fall in Love for the Night, I believe. I wonder how Spotify does that too, because like the first song that they give you is sometimes not the one with the most plays. So maybe it's based off of like how recent it was. Do you know?
I don't know, because I noticed the same thing. Oh, what is it? I lost
a friend.
Wrote that. That is beautiful. It's like wow.
Yeah.
Beyond genius.
My favorite is like the part where like, oh, he's got, I don't know if it's an organ or if it's like a string patch or whatever it is, but there's this really chaotic melodic thing that I think comes in the second verse that's just, it blows my mind. I've never heard anything like it. So.
Yeah, so like.
Do you know what I'm talking about? There's this.
Yeah. Dude, they just changed the game.
Yeah.
Like, they seriously changed. And people are like, they're like, they must be an industry. But it's like, it's just, they're just questioning that some people can like actually create.
Yeah, I have no doubt that it's them. Like,
yeah,
you can only fake creativity to a certain extent. Like, I'm pretty confident in saying that you can get a general sense of someone's level of artistry based off of how much they give you. Like, there's almost, you can sense it, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly, and you can tell that they both feel. It's soul. I call it soul. You know. Like,
that's fun.
I don't know. When are you coming out with more music?
Oh shit, I've just been like writing for. I've got 20 songs that are like all winners for me. Like they're done. They're not in development or anything else. So I've got around that much in building, and it's sort of been a weird, tricky thing for me where I have to balance my own ability with the accessibility to make music. So it's not really something that's accessible to me to just start creating because it's a matter of time. I'm not at a level as an engineer where I can like get all the different instruments to a place that I'm happy with within the span of like a week. I'm just not far enough along that learning curve. But as a producer, you give me an afternoon and I've got the entire song mapped out. And a writer, it's the same with that, and I've already got the song. So it's sort of about when I can find the time in between the things that I do to, sit down and record stuff and add effects and try and get the instruments and all the various sounds to not only sound the way they do in my head, but also to work together, and then that togetherness to sort of build with the dynamic of the song. And I'm not experienced enough to be able to do that in a week, so I'm working on my speed at the moment.
Yeah, process. It's like, it's one thing to write something and have your own idea, but it's another thing to like, it's literally like science looking at like those and all that. It's like I'm like, I could totally do that. But then I see like our producer doing it, and I'm like, yeah, he's been doing this for what, like 30 years and like still learning things. It's definitely.
Let me ask, is he a producer? Is he just a producer, or is he also like the engineer? Like, is he the one?
Sorry. I'm an engineer. More engineers our stuff more than produces it, but.
Gotcha. That's cool. Yeah, you definitely want someone who knows what they're doing, because in the engineer.
And mastering, that's another thing. It's like.
Yeah.
Even get it. I love when they do the mastering to the song. I totally.
To the best of my knowledge, mastering is trying to get it to work on all speakers, but in terms of how they do it, it's magic, like it's voodoo. I don't know specifically how they know how much to boost this certain EQ, or how much to limit it and compress it and get the range perfect to do this. Like, I don't understand engineering choices. Like, you can hear if that snare sounds a little thin, oh, we need to make that snare sound thicker. But mastering, there's no immediate thing to fix. You can't, it's not an audible thing where you go like, that needs to be done. I think there's probably a good amount of strategy and ratios involved in terms of like what has been found to make something sound good across a variety of speakers. So yeah, I'm with you. I got no clue how that works.
I joined this. This is the same live that I joined last weekend, right?
Kinda. So I do it every week, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's a new one, but yeah, it's the same sort of thing that I've been doing. Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Don't share the link." Like, what does that even mean?
So basically, this is like a private thing. The YouTube videos will come out publicly on Sundays, but I premiere them on Saturdays, and then there's a little Discord party where we're just having fun for about an hour a lot of the time. And then I come on here and hang out with everybody. I might play a couple songs. A lot of the time, it's just me in this chair overanalyzing various tangents for about an hour, then doing some trivia. And then like I get on Zoom calls because the trivia gives like people an opportunity to do a Zoom call and hang out one-on-one instead of just the live, which is, you get a chance to meet people in a. You can go farther with connection than you can with simply like a live stream. Like, so Zoom calls, like you and me can interact here versus you just watching it.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm doing.
It's like, we are grateful for everyone that likes you, and like that I really look up to that. Like, you make sure that everyone knows that you care about them, and like you're thankful that they're like tuning into you.
I try. I mean, with a certain amount of attention comes like a certain amount of hate, and a lot of times like that can be like the loudest voice.
Yeah.
And I only want this thing to be a positive, and I feel pretty disconnected from social media. Like, that's not what I consider my life to be. So it's really a disservice to the fans to have it, like, with hate. So the idea came up to have this thing called, like, Aiden's Army, where people could actually meet each other and become friends. And so I am incredibly lucky that I've found this way through of, like, okay, here's how we build a community and actually build, like, people don't feel isolated in the fandom and they feel like part of a family. And they don't feel down.
They all know each other. Crazy.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope.
Love it. It's really, it's an army. It really is.
It's like playing gigs and trying to develop an audience around town, essentially.
Yeah.
It's kind of like uniting people under one. It's like, we all like this direction, and that direction in this case is just like hanging out for an hour. I try and, like, invite people into my room, if you will. So, like, here's me. I hang out in this place. I might play some guitar or compose some songs or whatever.
Laid back.
And, you know, try and demystify the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's showing the what is it? Behind the magic trick. You're showing them how to do the trick.
Yeah. You know, that's a lot of the time my favorite videos to see from, like, people that I'm a fan of, because I'm very much, like, a fan of constructive process, because so much can be filled in subconsciously when you listen to a final thing, whereas when you can see something broken down, and I'm really thinking about the architecture of a song, it's a lot simpler than you would imagine it is. And so I think that's a good analogy for a lot of things that people sort of consume digitally. You know, like,
100%.
There's sort of like the real world, which is a lot smaller, and there's this online world that sort of feels like the real world yet to be, the place where everybody's trying to get to. And that place doesn't really exist, so I don't know. I try and bring people into my world authentically, as opposed to sort of playing it up like, oh, I'm out on a movie shoot today, guys, that's what's up. No, like, I'm here in a room, come hang out with me for an hour, let's just have fun. That's the hope.
100%.
Which is also why it's, like, fun to have you on as a guest. I like hanging out with people. I don't get to do it enough. I don't have the time, or with, like, COVID now, it's like a weird thing to try and get your head around of, like, how do you even do that? Should you even do that? And so
exactly.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I have this, at least.
Yeah, and you do it's like the good side of social media. It's a blessing, but it's also a curse.
I'm bringing out my guitar. My hands are itching to play something. You been getting into any specific bands lately? You going through any phases?
Let's see. Let's go to my music. You know, my Instagram started as a Taylor Swift fan page, but she just came out with her re-recording of her recording. Miniature Tigers. I like them.
Miniature Tech. Hold on. Let me get my notes tab up so I can write down a bunch of bands to check out.
Do you like Phoebe Bridgers?
I'm unaware. Educate me.
You need to check her out. I think it's
How do I spell?
Phoebe, Phoebe.
Okay.
Bridge.
Cool.
And then, I always, I'm listening to a lot of Minor Threat. And then I have to listen to whatever my brother is listening to, and he's always listening to,
I think your audio cut out there for a sec. Maddie, I'm just realizing it might be a good idea to give some context to this. Do you want to introduce like who you are, what your band is, where people can find you, that kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah. My username is Mad Lucas on Instagram. My band is called 666, SIKSICKS, and we're on all music platforms. We just released a single called Witch Boy. So you can look up Witch Boy by 666, SIKSIKSICKS. That's really all. Besides.
Cool. Dang it. There's some weird software thing where every time that my audio like comes up even a little bit, it'll tend to duck the interviewers. I gotta ask support about this, but you keep cutting out. I'm sorry. I gotta mute myself.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. What's it? I don't know what I was saying.
It's all right. This is all just nonsense anyways. Do you want to play like a song?
Yeah. Together?
Yeah, we could just jam out. I could play something, you could play something, we could play individually or together. I don't know that together is going to work all that well with the delay.
You have to put, that's, I have it. Right. There's the song that you released that I'm obsessed with. Hey.
Okay, then. Oh, dang it. You're cutting out. Let me stop talking.
You said you don't really like the song, that one that I like that you released.
Care to clue me in?
You were like, it's not really my style. It's my iPod. Time.
Okay, well, I'll explain the story behind this. So, I came up with this riff, which was, best I can describe it genre-wise, it was going to be in the direction of, like, a sort of Space Odyssey thing by David Bowie. So I had that thing where it's like, let's see, that sort of chorusy sound.
Everyone in a drum team.
No, it's just a high E string tuned down to a B, so that it phases. And I might have even not had like the octave with the pinky. And it was like, oh, shit, hold on. Let me get some water. So, the original thing that I had was like, oh, space is calling out my name, so float back down to you, love that I once knew. And it's something like, and I'm waving as I breach the atmosphere. It's an oasis, and I'm finally in. As I float back down from the space, it's calling, and it would loop like that. And so, that was what I had. It was gonna be called Oasis. And then, like, I ended up going in sort of like, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to tie this around the character of Number 5, which ended up being a terrible idea. And so I wrote out, I tried to put the song in a box, unfortunately. Yeah. And it wanted to be something else, and so I tried to do that, and it sort of worked. But then I also tried to produce it as a rock song, and I don't have much experience in that. Now, I've since gotten better, and I'm going to be consulting, I'm going to be taking the consultation of Sir Gerard Way, in how to get some really great guitar tones. I've got a great drum sound and like tons of songs which actually suit themselves to being rock songs, and I sort of tried to create a rock song and I tried to force Space Odyssey by David Bowie into being an MCR song. And I should have just let it be, because if you truly want to write in a certain genre, it'll come. You know, you just gotta wait till it wants to. And it did, and I have plenty of the songs to produce now, but, you know. So that's why, sort of like, I look back at that song fondly in, like, an initial attempt, if you will. So that was my first attempt, but, yeah, I don't know.
I guess, but that song is badass. That intro. Like, it's so good. But I totally from with like putting things in a box. But how do you do your drums? Do you play drums too?
No. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so let me see if I can get this thing to work. So what I did recently, because I have a song that's perhaps, no one really uses the T in that. So I have a song that's a really, really good song, as my songs come, relative to the rest of the stuff. It's really good. So, like, the chorus is this rock song, and so I knew that I needed, like, MCR guitars and some killer drums. And I'm not a drummer, nor would it make sense to hire someone to play something and not being in the room. Like, I'm sort of all doing it from a laptop, so I need the ability to go, no, that's not it, I need to adjust this sound or this, or that's not the right snare. That if I track something and, like, listen back and we've tried to mix it and, like, that snare doesn't work with that hi-hat, like, they're not at the right frequencies, or it's not fat enough, or it doesn't have the right decay, or whatever it is, you don't have the amount of control that you would need to sort of really work something into a place that you're happy with it. It's sort of like capturing something instead of pulling something out of your head, which is a lot of times what I aim to do. So I looked for this really cool drum thing, this really cool synthetic drum sound, and I was... Ah, dang it, I've just pulled up the actual track session, which I don't want to show yet because I haven't played the song for other people. This is way too long an answer for the question that you asked, but I'll get to the point right away. I use synthetic drums, and my drums are these things called Perfect Drums. Wonderful name, very creative. And so I've created like 2 templates from it, and it's a pretty cool drum sound. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up now. Let's see,
like,
drum...
Or, like, is it, like...
Yeah, what's up? Hello?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, do you use a MIDI?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what I'm doing here. Let me see if I can actually bring it into... Okay. So, like, here's Logic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use. Okay, so let me see. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear that. Let me put on these things. You can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so strange. I can't... Oh, wait. Aha! Alrighty then. Let me mute myself. So this is my drum sound.
Real.
And so those, even just like stock out of the preset that I made, are like, they're to a place that I'm really happy with them. But then, like, once you separate each track and, like, just take one track for the snare and one for the hi-hat and the overheads, and you have separate tracks for each part of the instrument separately, and you start processing it individually to work with each other and to really get it to a place. I've already done the drums for the song that I was working on, so they're badass. I have to say, they're pretty cool.
Excited.
Yeah. So
Wait,
yeah.
I don't know.
Here's my little fantasy. Aiden's 20 years old and he's in New York and he wrote a rock song. He has a trillion bass patch and he has this perfect drum patch and he's got the guitar sound that MCR helped him find. And so he can cut a rock song entirely from his New York apartment and send it off to mix and have the coolest thing that he's heard that week be something that he created, and it be a rock song coming from his traditional singer-songwriter background of, like, I'm really into John Mayer music, so that's just generally what I'm gravitate towards. But it's cool that at my disposal I can pull this rock song out of my head even though I'm not a drummer or a bass player. I don't know how to play those instruments, but to a certain extent I can get these sounds to a place that I'm happy with just using a computer. So that makes me pretty psyched.
Yeah, you're there. You're there.
Well, you haven't heard the bass sounds, and neither of us have heard the entire thing mixed together. But I suspect that it shall work, because they already sound great. I've got, like, the drums and the bass, and then once I'm back in LA, I gotta contact the engineer that got that sound, and I'm gonna just buy the gear, because I know that I've got tons of songs where I'm gonna record it, and I'd rather own it than trying to have someone track it and then, no, I don't like it, we gotta go back in the studio. Like, I'd rather just be able to, it's all set up, it's always mic'd. If I have an idea, I have like 4 really killer guitar sounds that I can lay in, make a comp on Logic, and all of a sudden I've got like guitar, drums, and bass that sound real that I can send to a mixer and have this really cool this band sound. It's just like, for me, in the way that I compose, sometimes I'll go back and change things and really get everything to sit well with each other. And I would love to have the sort of relationship that artists generally have with the studio, where you go in and you got people that you play with, but I'm not at that place yet where I just have that availability. So a lot of times the best I can do is just make something on the computer. So for now, at least, this gets my blood boiling. I'm all riled up by these sounds.
Yeah, and that you did it all, like yourself, is another like rewarding thing. What, like, and I feel people aren't gonna have bands coming up. It's all computers now. What do you think about that?
Sure.
Like this.
I think there'll be a lot more, but you also, I mean, you're in a band yourself. I can't imagine you could fail to recognize the wonderful organicness of an actual band and the actual way that people articulate things. Like, one thing I'm a strong advocate of, just because, like, I don't know of anything that can come close, nor could I imagine anything working. You cannot mimic through MIDI the sound of a guitar. There are too many little microtonal characteristics and weird things that you're just never going to get that by playing a MIDI keyboard. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough babble. I'm sorry to bore you.
And I'm totally not like dissing anyone. Like, the thing about a band that it really depends on, like, if you're doing a solo project, I say 100% do it like yourself through, yourself, like through computer. But with a band, you have everyone with different influences. Julia is a huge Frank Iero fan. She's always doing something inspired by him. Hold on, I'm gonna see if my mouse is live. It's alive. Cole's a huge Travis Barker fan. Max, Nirvana. You know, it's everyone has different. You can't get the same idea as someone else, like portrayed through you. You know, I don't know how to say it, but sometimes.
No. Yeah, you other bouncing ideas off of other people sort of pressure tests things.
Yeah,
Make sure they hold up.
I think.
Shall we play some music?
Yeah.
What?
Like, I don't know.
Do you want to play something? You don't have to.
I can. I can do like a cover. Or I can
Let's
do like
covers.
Okay, let's do a cover. Let's go first. Or I will. I don't know.
Whatever you would like. Would you like to go first?
I don't care. You got the guitar already. Let's hear yours.
All right. I've got no clue what I'm gonna play, but I'll give it my best shot. You sure you don't want to go first? I don't mind.
I can, if you want me to. If you don't have an idea of what you're gonna play first, then I can go.
I got no clue.
You have an idea.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna play.
I'm just gonna play a Taylor Swift song.
Oh, let's do it.
Everyone hates this song, but I think it's badass.
Then play it. Represent.
Set in tune. I would be complex, really cool. They say I played the field before I found someone to commit to. That would be okay for me to do. Every conquest I have made would make me more of a boss to you. I'd be a fearless leader. I'd be an alpha type when everyone believes ya. What's that like? I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again. If I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man. I'd be the man, yeah. They say I'd hustled, put in the work. They wouldn't shake their heads and question how much of this I deserved. What I was wearing, if I was rude, could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves. And they would toast to me up, let the players play, and be just like Leo in Saint Tropez. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. And I'm so sick of them coming at me again. If I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man. I'd be the man, yeah. What's it like to put drugging around others and getting bitches and models? And it's all good if you're bad, and it's okay if you're mad. Flashing my dollars, I'd be a bitch, not a baller. They pay me out to be mad, so it's okay that I'm mad. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. Wondering if I'd get there quicker if I was a man. I'm so sick of them coming at me again. If I was a man, then I'd be the man. I'd be the man. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can. be the man.
Yeah. All right. Wait. Hold on.
You have like a button? That's rad.
I got a button.
That's rad.
I got so many sound effects you don't even know.
Can I get a boo?
You want a boo?
Yeah.
I don't. I got this. If you want more of like a sort of a downer kind of a thing, I got the classic, never fails. But anyways, goes on and on and on. Ask me for something.
I don't know. Sparkling. Twinkle.
Denied.
Alright. Let me figure out what the hell we play. I got no clue. Still, during all that... Oh, I don't know the words. You know, the chorus to time changes like 50 times. Yeah, the wording like changes each time. I don't know why I made it so complicated. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright, I'll This wasn't such a good idea. There we are. Okay. This should work. Worst comes to worst, it's horrible. Okay. Now that we are over as the loving kind, we'll be dreaming ways to keep the good alive. And only when we want is not compromise, 'cause I'd be pouring tears into those dry nights. Friends, lovers, nothing. There can only be one. Friends, lovers, or nothing. There'll never be any in between, so just give it up. You whisper, come on over, 'cause you're 2 drinks in. But in the morning I will say goodbye again. And you think we'll never fall into those jealous games. but the streets are flooded by blood of those who felt the same. So friends, lovers, or nothing, there can only be one. Friends, lovers, or nothing. There'll never be an in-between, so just give it up. Anything other than yes is no. Anything other than staying is go. So anything less than I love you is lying. And anything other than yes is no. Anything other than staying is go. So anything less than I love you is just lying. Anything other than yes is no. Anything other than staying is go. So anything less than I love you is lying. Oh, you know it's just lying. So that's
I hate you.
that's the old faithful. If I can't think of anything, I'll just be like, I'll play Friends, Lovers, and Nothing.
What song is?
It's a John Mayer song. It's the end of. It's the end of Battle Studies.
It's so good.
It's a really great song.
Wait. Now I got.
What's this?
Rockin'.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Alrighty. Well,
Like, I don't want to.
I hope I'm not keeping you too long.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to take over your. Like, I don't want to take.
You're funny. Are we both like saying the same thing? All right. Well, Maddie, thank you so much. I think it would be rude of me not to move on to the trivia. These people have waited like, how long is it? It's like an hour and 30 at this point.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for joining. It's always fun to hang out with a friend, so.
Yeah. Text me.
Alrighty, yeah. I'll DM you, why not? What's this, by the way? Could you clue me in?
It's a heart.
Aw. Gotcha.
Okay, bye.
I thought people were trying to spell something to me. I thought it was a C. Alright, bye. Alrighty. Again, thanks to Maddie for jumping on short notice, mind you. This wasn't a planned thing. I just said, hey, I'm going live. You want to join? She was like, yeah. So, round of applause. I will be right back. Stick around just a little bit, and then we're going to do some trivia. But I'll literally be right back. Love y'all. let's not waste any time. Trivia, shall we? Alrighty then. I wonder where that's from. I always remember, like, Jim Carrey said that, but I don't remember from where. I just remember, alrighty then. I don't know. If you guys know, don't hesitate to remind me. Let's do some trivia. Some trivia. With a rolled R. Rrr. Yeah, I gotta get that back. I'm sure I'm gonna see that on TikTok. Just someone capturing that little rolled R. Whatever. Who cares at this point? Wow, that's weird. It's weird to do a whole live stream without listening to your own voice and then putting it back on and going like, oh, so that's what I sound like. Alrighty, let's see. Let me boot up Discord for all of you, for all of you who are on Tier 3, please head over to Discord, so we shall begin our little tradition here. As if I need to remind you. You waited here all this time. I'm sure you're gonna be like, yes, Aiden, we know. We've been waiting for this. Just do the trivia. Gosh darn it. I don't know why I get so worked up, but dang it, Aiden, why do you do this? That's fictitiously you. I imagine you guys would be much happier about it than that weird example. I don't know what's gotten into me today. This is just, it'll pass. Alrighty. So, alright, Discord is booted up. Let me grab my first question. So, this is the Whose Line Is It trivia, as always. And the winners of this will win a Zoom call with me for 5 minutes next week. Let's begin. So, question 1. Or more so like line 1. I don't know how you want to. Sure, line 1. Let's just say it's line 1. Here we are. One of you will need to give blood. Who said that? Oh boy, wow. So many comments so quickly. Alright, scrolling. The line was, one of you will need to give blood, and the character, to spew this piece of information, let's see, which one of you got it? Aiden, I'm dating your new haircut. That's all. Just wanted to let you know. Alright, well, you kids better be home by 9, because I have a Zoom call at 9, and I don't want to show up bald. I was wondering where my hair was running off to. Alrighty. Dang it. That little bout of silliness has thrown me off course. Okay, so that's the answer, and I'm scrolling. I'm searching for it. Oh, I almost forgot. Our little music here that we do. Our little waiting music. How could I forget? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to make it up to you guys. I'll try and do like a quick trivia this time. Try not to delay too long. Wow. That's what happens if you're talking for an hour. Oh, right. I remember where I kept that. It's buried in my phone. Come on. I believe in you. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, haha! Yes! Ah, what a relief to hear that. Okay, so, let's find this answer. The question was, one of you will need to give blood. And the person to say that was... Someone commented Jordan, which is the name of the actress who plays Grace, which is the answer, so I will take that. Jenny, you got it. But Jenny, we are looking for character names, so going forward, the answers will... I'm just gonna... It has to be character names, not the names of the actors or actresses. But you won. You won a Zoom call with me next week. I'll see you then. We'll hang out. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I'm fairly certain. We always have fun. I'd be hard-pressed to find an example where I didn't have fun hanging out with you guys. It's a hard thing to do. It would require some effort to not enjoy these times that we spend together. Let's see. Question 2. Never gets old. Never gets old. This should be in every elevator across the world. Sadly, it isn't. It's just in a bunch of YouTube videos. We'll have to settle for a bunch of YouTube videos. And nearly all of Aiden's content. Alright, question 2. I know that peaceful, dark place you're in right now. Who said that? I know who said that. I saw the answer off to the left. I print out a sheet of answers so I can remember. Because I forget. I'm human, guys. I don't remember all these things all the time. Bum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-da. So good. Alright, seriously though. Number 2, I know that peaceful dark place you're in right now. Who said that? Yep, indeed it does. You know what? Let's put a thumbs up. Okay. Who said this? Number 2, I know that peaceful dark place you're in right now. Luther is the correct answer. Do we have any earlier takers, though? Nope. You were the first. Good job. Just by the way, because I'm sure you're at least a little bit curious, when the window shrinks and then gets back like that, that's just me switching between things. So that's, I stopped the share, and now I'm going to my little notes tab here where I keep the answers so I can quickly copy and paste them. And then, yeah. Okay, now I switch back, I go to the screen share, and I go to Discord, and then boom, we're back. Let's see. I'm not a Greek god, though. I'm really not. But I play one on TV. No, not even that. I don't know. Maybe Hermes, maybe he's so quick because he teleports around. But I don't know that I'd identify with Hermes. I was a fan of the Percy Jackson series, so if anything, I'd say maybe Poseidon, but who knows? I'm not Greek, so we don't know. We'll never know for sure. Wait, no! Waiting music! Don't abandon us all! We need you. We need you for pizzazz. We need you for mojo. For some good times. Okay, here you go. Refreshing. Okay, back to the trivia. Sorry for making this longer than it needs to be. I'll go quicker. Okay, number 3. Oh, dang it. Here we are. Number 3. I like the sober you. Who said that? Oh, wow, that feels great. I'm my own personal chiropractor, in case you didn't already know. Scrolling, trying to find what I'm looking for, but I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I'd love to sing that in the actual key, but I can't with the waiting music playing. I can't imagine it in my head. Nor would you think it sounds good because we have this thing playing underneath it. It'd just be terrible. Okay, come on. Will I ever find my comment? Ah, there it is. I guess I will. Number 3, I like the sober you. Who said that? Ben, period. Wow. Yeah, you got it. Good job. Just good job. Like, nailed it. Pretty matter of fact, too. You don't even seem that impressed. You're like, yeah, I'm just that cool. No big deal, right? Alrighty then. Bring that attitude to the Zoom call next week, and we're gonna have a good time. That's question 3. Yep, 3 exclamation marks for you. All right, moving on to question 4. All day long. If I lived with anybody else except for my parents, I'm sure it would drive them crazy. I don't know how it already doesn't drive them crazy, but I don't know. Apparently I've been doing this my whole life. I think it's a recent thing that just started to happen when I got into music, but apparently it's been happening since I was very little. Since I was just a wee little bit of a person. Small. I'm thinking of the 5-line. Forever small, pubescent, or however it goes, I don't know. I forget. Okay, number 4. I've got that question all booted up. Back to Discord. You guys, I haven't given the question yet. Alrighty. You know what? The light's coming in a really nice... Yeah, that might look pretty good. Hold on. Trivia can wait. Let's get comfy, you know? Less artificial light, more natural light. How's it look? Ooh, pretty. I always love the tangerine hue of a setting sun. It's lovely. It does kind of like do a weird... Maybe if I slouch, it'll just spread evenly along my face. Alright. Back to the trivia. Let's get this. I don't think any light's gonna come through here, but worth a shot. Yeah, see, it just looks like a weird window. That's fine, though. Change of scenery is always welcome. Keep things interesting. I hope that's not a spider. I don't think it is. Just the ceiling. Oh no, waiting music. Where have you gone? Okay. Heading back to the trivia, I promise. Here we are. I wish I could, but I'm only 17. That would be a very unwise decision for me right now. Alright. Number 4. I wonder how he knew about the apocalypse. Who said that? Who said that? Which daddy said that? It's so, you know, because of the show, I now have this weird thing with the word daddy where it has some association with me. But it still doesn't make it less of a weird word to have in association with yourself. It's still weird to say I'm the daddy here, even with the context of the show. So, I think that dies here. As as wonderful as it is in the character, doesn't work with Aiden. There it is. There's my comment. I wonder how he knew about the apocalypse. And by now, I'm sure one of you have given the... Yep, see? That's why it's fine giving obvious hints. Because you guys just... You're always commenting every name anyways. So, I doubt it's a matter of skill by this point. But, you know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what it's like to play this. I hope it's fun. Moving forward. Oh no! Oh no, I switched to the wrong thing. Okay, well... That's partly why I need to get a new computer. Sometimes keys don't work and I press the wrong thing. Alright, so... But the pink one is superior, I'll take that into account. I wonder how he knew about the apocalypse. Who said this? No, did I delete the comment? Nope, no I did not. You got it. Great. Ba-dum, ba-da-dum, ba. Okay. You know, I've been sitting in chairs oddly my entire life. I think I have odd proportions. Because this is just like, you see this knee up business? No chair is comfortable for me without this. Very few seating arrangements can afford not to have this knee where it is. I never like just sitting in a chair. It's wildly uncomfortable. I don't know why. It just is. This feels much, much better. Okay. I've got the next question. Okay. Question 5. I guess we're both fighting our addictions then. Who said that? Nope. No. Come on, waiting music. I believe in you. There you go. And it is reborn. Wow. That's anticlimactic. Klaus, right away. Bam. Yeah, you're right. You are right. Oh, right. The trivia. I was just grooving to the song for a second there. Ooh. This line fits in with our sunset vibe very, very well. 6. Happiness, a future. Who said those words? In the show called The Umbrella Academy. Who said those words? This one might take you some time to get. I'll be here, waiting. Boy. you know, I worry that I've already seen the answer, but move past it, you know. Well, I phrased that incorrectly, but you know what I mean, like, that I've moved past the answer without seeing it. That's my fear. This is one of these questions where it actually requires that you have seen my question in order to answer it. Nope. Come on. I believe in you guys. Marina, you may have gotten it, because the answer is Anges. Agnes. I always read it as Anges in the script. I never corrected. I should have corrected, but I don't know. I don't know why. I don't have very many scenes with Agnes, so... yeah. Alright, so that is the answer, and I'm fairly certain that that is the first person to say that. Ground control, if I'm wrong, please let me know. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's fried. There's something wrong, can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? I am floating in my tin can. Ba-da-da-da-da. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Then it launches into a big saxophone. That's great. You know, the saxophone has a very interesting comedic element to it. Like, it so quickly can be funny. It's great. It's so versatile. Because you can use it to really, like, oh yeah, soak in the moment in a comedic way, but also seriously do that. I think the comedicness comes when you sort of push it a little too far, or you take yourself a little too seriously playing the saxophone. I'm specifically thinking of, like, Ron Burgundy playing the saxophone, and I know he plays the flute, but he plays jazz flute. But there was a car commercial where he's, like, playing the saxophone in the back seat of a Jeep Cherokee, because he was doing a commercial for them. It was a cross-promotion of the new Anchorman movie and Jeep Cherokee, and it was hilarious. I don't mind people advertising to me when it's funny. Doesn't mean I'm in the market for a car, but it does mean that at least my time isn't wasted, because I saw a hilarious bit of Ron Burgundy. Or just something funny in general. But anyways, the saxophone can so easily be funny, so that's all I'm on about. That's what I'm getting at. That's all. I'm gonna go, get some more water into my system, which is off to the right there. And then I'm gonna do some Zoom calls, get some food, and I got a whole list of things that I need to do today. And the day is not young, so you guys have been wonderful. Thanks for sticking around and keeping me company. I hope I've kept you company, giving you a nice little hangout session for, about 2 hours now. I'm just checking the time code. And, yeah, have a lovely time. I wish you the best. Alrighty. Cheers, everyone. Bye. Did I hit the button? Yeah. I'm always unsure of whether or not I hit the button, because there's a weird... You don't need to know. Anyways. Bye for real.